So I just put things on the slides as to what I would do, knowing the information that I have. So on the first one, the 5-year outlook. So my personal goals are to move up within the company, salary increase, save more for kids' education and retirement. The purpose of our company is, and I didn't write it here, but I do have it in my notes. I guess I didn't write it here.
You've got it there. It's just in the same font and color.
Oh yeah. So do I have it in there? Oh, it's in the same font. I don't have my glasses on. This is probably a problem. So focus on safety enhancing products. So basically everything that we create increases safety in some way. So if we add something to one of an existing product, it could be just some new feature that helps keep assets or people safe. And that's always been our mission. Our 5-year vision is to have multiple locations, $10 million in sales, advanced nanotechnology products, because the industry is moving out of heavier weight materials into newer weight. This is, probably the first time in history where aircraft is, now moving toward more composite materials. And so we're not sure how things will change in the future because of that. So we do need to kind of move toward understanding that and creating products that help those types of materials survive in the atmosphere, survive in the world better and longer. So in the next 3 years, 1 location, increase sales to 5 million. We are thinking about a JV partnership for maybe more than just one of the new products, but certainly just starting out right now with that first product and partnering with someone, and potentially maybe even selling a product at some point. The next 12 to 18 months, we're going to focus on increasing sales, increasing the sales team, new metric tools to increase our KPI performance, JV partnership expansion, new candidates. So not just looking at one company at a time, but maybe looking for multiple new candidates that make sense for the product lines that we're creating. And then in the next 12 to 18 months, I'd really like to have a new ERP manufacturing system implemented in the company. And so the next 12, I didn't really know what to put over here. This is the first time I've really done this for a company I don't have all the information for. But increase sales, so price increase over the price increase. How do we measure? We're going to measure by our pour rates, move products into new, and then move products into new verticals. So we hired our VP of sales to do that, to move these products into the medical industry, mass transit, and other sectors. We want to grow the sales team, so adding 2 more people within the next 12 to 18 months is a big goal. And that will just depend on how successful we are with sales. And then the JV, as I mentioned before, moving into an actual partnership with someone, hopefully within the next 12 to 18 months. Building blocks. We need defined, I don't know why I wrote avenues. We need to define what each seat is working on, so that they have, we'll have to change some things around for people. So I think what I mean there is just redefining the description, job description, and what each seat needs to be doing. We need new tools for measuring business development, sales successes. So maybe creating some new workflows in our CRM, project development boards. We need better consistency with our management meetings. visibility, creating and utilizing analytic metrics to ensure that we're consistently meeting our sales and production goals, kind of the same thing there. And then the rest of them, I didn't really put too much because I'm not really sure for everyone besides myself what we need to do to manage these priorities. I think that will come by figuring out the first parts of these in the next few months. And then I didn't do this one either. Don't really understand that one.
It's a very typical grid where you're asking yourself, what should I do more of? Like, what's working? And if you did more of it, it would produce more success. What should I do less of? In other words, like, we're doing this thing, but it's not really that valuable. And when you're implementing strategy, that's critical to understand, where are we wasting our time? Where are we spending time that's not really productive? And then
Yeah, I think part of this is definitely getting those tools in place that we need, because what I'm seeing is that right now, with just one new salesperson, we're dividing and conquering. Jeff going over onto one side and bringing in new customers that we've never had before and from new verticals, and then mine concentrating on on retaining and expanding sales in the customer base that we already have. I think that's what we need to do more of, but we also need these tools in our CRM, to workflow tools, to be able to see, how many outreaches or how many touches create a sale, and to really understand the pour rates on more than just a quarterly basis. So I would like to get those pour rates really down to daily pour rates, and where the material is going and ending up and why.
Yeah, so I get the more of, and the less of sounds a little bit like, maybe a bit less, relying more on the reporting and analytics, and a little less on the actual effort of doing it. So using your analytics to reduce effort around sales would be really, really good.
And marketing too, because I think it will help us feed in and really understand what marketing is helping us, and what we should focus on more of and less of. I think that, if you're just solidly in one industry, and we're in a lot of different areas in one industry, you have one set of analytics for that because you understand that business. But moving into new verticals, I'm worried that we're not going to understand where we're making headway, where we could make more headway, etc.
That's good. All right, let's open it up to the team then. Who's got a question for Pennie, or an observation, or anything that you want to add?
I'm just kind of interested in, I never really asked, like, I know Marcy is the CEO. I kind of just wanted to know, like, what your organization structure is a little bit.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, we're a 60-year-old company and we've always done the same thing. So a lot of the structure that's now coming into place is because we're moving into new territory. We're doing things and we have more knowledge than we had in the past. So for instance, it took the first few years of me being there to really go after and look and see who's still buying this. Why are they buying it, and do that kind of research. That's really helped us create new products, because now we had real data that said the reason some people stopped using it is because of XYZ. And so now we created XYZ. And so now, and by the way, it's not only XYZ, but it's even better because, and so now we're in almost like a startup where we're not really sure exactly what the structure should be yet, as far as, how we should, which positions we should have. It is sort of like this whole startup. We have this amazing product. people are still using it. It's going to be great in other industries. So what do we need? We knew we needed a VP of sales. So we did hire a VP of sales. That's our first sort of move. Second move is to maybe partner and kind of buffer out the expense of creating a new product, which is very expensive, with a partner. And so that's sort of the second part of the structure. And now internal structure is I need all of the marketing, analytics, and everything that else that we need to grow the business to the next step.
Well, that's great. I'm very impressed with all you have, and I'm like, wow, that's so great that, you know, Marcy has you and that you guys are able to work together, because I can just imagine. I know what a great team you guys are. So
Thanks.
If I was to give Penny a title, then it would be Chief Strategy Officer. Because she's really figuring out how to make this growth happen. You know, that's a prime responsibility that she's taking on here. And a lot of it is tactical day to day, but it won't be like that forever. You know, the company does have to recruit new resources, just as they started doing. And that is gonna change the nature of the company, as will the joint ventures, if those go ahead. So there's a lot of uncertainty, but there's also a lot of great ideas here, great things to do. And then it's figuring out, are we doing the right things? Are those the right things? Are they working? So I think Penny's thinking forward really well to anticipate those issues. So well done, Penny. I mean, this is really great work. This is great. So lovely.
I feel lost a lot of the time, so it's nice to hear.